Hi, welcome to a Dee A Don.
I'm Pat. I'm the D.
I'm Dave. I'm the Don, and yeah, footy's definitely back. Almost every team's played now, except yours is starting in an hour or so. We'll have a chat about that. Few surprises.
Yeah. I think a number of surprises from the round zero for me. I thought, the Gold Coast Suns. I didn't think they would towel up Geelong so much like what they did. Uh, did I think Petrarca was going to kick 3 goals and be best on ground with 30 plus possessions? No, I'll be honest.
Game of his career, apparently,
Yes, yeah.
which is amazing considering some of the ones he's had for you. Is still like, how do you feel about that trade?
I no look. As I said before, I think that it plays for both teams, right? Melbourne, he didn't want to be there. Let's be honest, right? And he needs a fresh start. So,
And you guys do too.
yeah,
And you finally got
absolutely.
rid of May, Oliver, and Petrarca,
That's
and
right.
obviously, that'll take a bit of a hit in
Yeah,
the short term. I think you've still
absolutely.
got some quality. A lot of people are writing you off.
Yeah.
Us, I understand. But you guys, yeah, I'll be interested to see how that St Kilda game goes this Arvo, because
Yeah.
wouldn't want to be 0-2 if you're the Saints.
No. But as what we've seen in the opening round and round one, it seems that a number of the clubs that have been played in the opening round have sort of dusted themselves off. So I just think, as what Longmuir said quite recently, that playing in the opening round is a big benefit, is a big
Do you
advantage.
know what the numbers are on teams who play each other who played the week before and haven't played the
No,
week before?
no, I haven't, Dave.
Ten
Tell me.
two. 10 to
Wow.
2, yeah. Look, that's not why Essendon lost to Hawthorn, but they had their game where I thought Ken Hinkley put it best because we talked about this last year,
Mm,
where sometimes the Hawks turn up and they want to do the razzle dazzle, but they're not prepared to do the hard work to get the
yeah,
ball first.
yeah,
And he split them into, are they the Hollywood Hawks or the hardworking Hawks?
yeah.
I think, unfortunately, on Friday night they were both. But they were definitely the Hollywood Hawks in opening round, or
I
whatever the hell
grade.
it's called. I just wish we could get good enough after 150 years to run a competition where everybody plays in the first round. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to get grumpy old man too early in the
No,
podcast.
no.
Yeah, so let's start with the first game,
Mm,
which was Carlton Sydney.
yeah.
No one gave Sydney a chance. That's right, gave Carlton a
Carlton
chance.
chance. Yeah,
And then they're
yeah,
up at half time.
yeah, yeah.
And then very familiar kind of thing. I talked to a
Two
smart,
goals. The
yeah,
Swans kicked 2 goals in the first half.
Carly Kerno looked okay, but gee, the
Yeah,
Swans
yeah,
looked cold.
yeah.
And then they just went 12 goals in a quarter.
Absolutely. And I really put that down to just, to be honest, McInerney for me. Like, he was the one that said, right, stop the rot. He said, this is how you kick the ball through the goals, right? And he kicked 3 straight.
Mm.
And he was, to me, you know, he was the one that really turned the tide.
That's what I love about the early rounds where you go, oh, that guy's always been just okay.
Yeah,
Is this a one out of the box? Or
yeah,
is this, oh, hang on, I've had a
yeah,
hell of a preseason and I'm taking my game to a new level.
yeah.
I thought for Carlton, I'd never seen Jagger Smith play before,
No,
or
he's
Dean.
he's looking good, isn't he,
And
Jake
those are
Smith?
two really nice pickups.
Yeah, yeah.
And then mid-range player who took a step up. There's a guy called Lord for them who I thought
Mm,
was pretty good.
yeah.
But then you turn on the next night and you just
Mm,
see Gold Coast and you're like, they're just
yeah,
bridging the gap.
yeah.
So Sydney, everyone's talking about now as, top four. I mean, it's
Mm,
very early,
yeah,
but
yeah.
they do have those guys where if they're up and running,
Oh, absolutely.
Blakey and Goulden, I mean, the Goulden injury last night,
Yeah,
shoulder, I don't know how long for,
yeah,
that's huge
yeah, yeah.
because he was one of the ones who was doing this new trend that I've noticed where the
Mm,
15 to 20 metre handball straight
mm,
through the middle
mm,
really sets people up for goals. That's the biggest difference I've noticed this year. I don't think the kick mark gets you to the right spot, but then that
Oh,
stand rule,
yeah,
you've got to
yeah.
have someone running past.
Absolutely, absolutely, and look, I don't think it's just the the midfields that's doing it for the Swans. I mean, you look, for example, Amarty's he's kicked 8 goals in the
They're going to have to
last.
make a decision. They can't play him and McDonald and Kerno. That's just too top heavy, I think. I mean, it's the Adelaide debate all over, and Adelaide have doubled down again and did well last night. But I don't think it works in finals, and I think at some point you got to go. It's Kerno and
Mm,
Amadi.
mm.
Um, but
It's but it's a good problem to have, right?
great problem to have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean,
and and Tom McCartan as well. Let's
what do you
call
have
out
like
Tom McCartan.
27
Yeah,
possessions or something?
yeah,
You forget that guys like Rampy and him were,
yeah.
premiership defenders.
Mm,
I mean, they look good to go, but
mm,
again, it'll be injuries and how they mesh as a
yeah,
team.
yeah.
Um,
He's a real difference, though, Tom McCartan, because he really shows composure when he's got the ball,
mm.
and that was evident
Oh, one
yesterday.
of those fullbacks who can just
Yeah.
hurt you with their
Oh,
bozo and set up
absolutely.
goals.
And also slingshot
Yeah.
as well from back to, and he's such a good intercept mark. You forget how really good he is. He had an interrupted season last year with injuries and concussion. But yeah, he's looking really good with Nick Blakey.
Mm.
So watch out.
Yeah. Well, Blakey's a gun. Gordon's a gun. I mean, I didn't even know Warner was playing in the first quarter
Mm,
last week. But they've got that level
mm.
of
Yeah,
star talent and then
absolutely.
really good mid-range players
Yeah.
all the way through their list. So they're definitely back in the
Back in
scary
the
list.
hunt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they are.
yeah.
Who was the second game? Have you got Saints Collingwood?
Yeah, well, Saints Collingwood. Let's talk about Saints Collingwood. I obviously the big story was around Miller, Wanganeen Miller. He's such a great player, and obviously coming off the $2 million signing. But I thought Collingwood really did well with their tactics to just rough him up a bit, and that you could see they were actually blocking him, and there was, I guess, a level where he wasn't just free to roam around, and then because of that as well, his actual disposal efficiency wasn't as high as what it is
Yeah, when I saw him
usually.
against us in the practice match, he just ran everywhere and didn't have anyone with
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
Collingwood put Perryman on him, who was perfect because you don't have to pass
yeah,
off to a defender. You
yeah,
can just follow him everywhere.
yeah.
I felt like Nick Dacos was making a little bit of a message,
Yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah.
wasn't sure if it was hey, that guy got $2 million
Mm.
and my contract's coming up, and Tasmania keep
That's
calling
right.
me,
Yeah,
or was it, hey, just a second. Everyone's talking about this guy as the best player. I've been doing this for
yeah.
3, 4 years with
What about
someone
me?
hanging off me every week.
Yeah,
How about that conversation? Starts and ends with one person.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, he's definitely racked up 3 Brownlow votes
yeah,
there.
yeah. Of course, Josh is like just next to him eating, going, well, what about me as well, right? He's really
Mate, you and
performing
Josh, when
well.
are you going to realise there's a pretty big gap? Who's the best footballer in that family? Oh, sorry, those brothers.
The
I
brother,
didn't want to
right?
bring Peter into it.
No,
Okay, so Saints were kind of disappointed because they felt like that was their big test, and also Collingwood, are they too old? The thing about those old guys is they know where to be and
mm,
what to do when they get it.
yeah,
Like when you're
yeah,
watching Dacos give it to Pendlebury, give it to Degoe, like
yeah.
there's not a lot of I haven't played in front of
Yeah,
70,000
people
people before,
agree.
and I felt that they did that really well. And I think that's a trademark of old clubs. And we've never had an older club than Collingwood.
Mm,
The problem with Collingwood that I noticed last week and was very evident last night against Adelaide is they're running around with some
old players.
average key forwards.
Mm,
So you've picked up Myercheck.
yeah.
That's left them with McStay, Membry.
Mm,
I think that's it. That's put like if those guys don't fire, that puts a lot on Jamie
yeah,
Elliott
yeah.
in the can they do it again? Forwards club,
Yeah.
which I've got
Yeah.
Elliot who kicked 20 goals more than he'd ever kicked before
Mhm.
last year. Norton, who kicked 60 and has never kicked more than, I think, 52. Ben Long for Gold Coast, who kicked 40, and no one saw that coming.
No.
Gunston, obviously,
Yeah.
with the 70
Yeah.
or something. Although, God, against us,
Happy birthday.
we couldn't have stopped him with weaponry.
That's
Um,
right. He really did. He blew out the candles, didn't he?
oh, mate, what was so disappointing about that? And I don't necessarily want to skip a week ahead to our game. I'd be quite happy not talking about it at all. But Zach Reid lines up on him, and I think that's good, right? He'll have to watch him on the lead, but I've seen Zach Reid play fast guys like Georgiades well on the lead.
Mm.
In the one-on-ones, Gunston just nudged, out-bodied, out-muscled him,
Yeah.
and took about 4 marks on him in the first quarter.
Mm.
And I was like, I think at one point, Zach Reid had -3 points, and like there were turnovers. It was just, I honestly have never seen him play a game that bad.
Yeah.
And then you've got Mason Redmond on him, and Gunston goes, "Oh, well, you're supposed to be the quick one, but
Yeah.
check me out on the lead." Between him and Watson, they were
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
feasting.
I know, and that's what they're doing. I mean, obviously they're trying to, there's been a hole with Warple leaving, so they're going to play Watson more in the midfield more. They'll play Weddle roaming around backs, probably start back moving forward. You saw it, right? And
After,
then,
oh, mate, some of the talent in the names that you're mentioning,
yeah,
and all of them can run, and
yeah.
all of them can kick.
Connor McDonald as well. So he was forward last year.
No,
Now they're moving him more
yeah,
into the midfield.
that was what was so annoying as a
Yeah.
Essendon supporter, because after round one, like,
Mm.
you know, you kind of thought, oh, don't want Merritt,
Mm.
don't need Merritt,
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
but they've backed those guys in, and all the guys who I would have taken in a trade,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
McDonald, Ward, Mackenzie,
Mm.
they were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So at this very early stage, back in the
Yeah.
internal development, that
Mm.
seems to be working for them. But the key test is going to be
Absolutely.
after a qualifying final or a
That's
prelim final.
challenge him.
Well, no, all right, but maybe a team with 2 or 3 A graders in the
Yeah.
midfield,
Yeah.
and then suddenly your Wards and like Newcomb can do it,
Mm.
but your Wards and your McDonalds and those guys, are they that quality? And if they keep developing like they did this week, then yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they did back the right horse.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
but,
Time will tell.
we'll wait and see.
Yeah. Absolutely. So let's talk about what about the Giants and Hawks as well? I mean, that was opening round,
That,
you know.
that was the surprise, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You and I both logged on
Yeah.
and changed our tip.
Yeah.
Well, I originally went Giants just because it was a home game. They still have a bit of talent, but then the injuries kept.
Mm.
Well, I heard Toby Green, and they're like, "Oh, now we're missing
Mm.
this guy. Now we're missing that."
Yeah.
And you go, "Oh, Tom Green's out. Miller's out. Who's going to be
Yeah.
on?"
Yeah.
Mind you, not that Hawthorn's key forwards are
Yeah.
really ripping you up, but with the exception of Gunston.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do with Lewis
Yeah.
and Dee A. Like,
They've
how long can you
always
keep
struggled.
watering that plant, waiting for it to come?
Lewis especially. I mean, he's always showed a lot of talent. He's big kick,
27 now.
accurate. He's 27.
If
Yeah.
you haven't hit your stride
Yeah.
by now.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of Essendon Schadenfreude there, but then you remember how many really good players GWS have. You've still got Finn Callahan going through the middle. You've still got Toby Green and Hogan and all those guys down forward. Now they hit a pretty big wall in
That's awesome.
in the Bulldogs last night.
Yeah.
Are the
That's not the
Bulldogs the
Bulldogs.
real deal?
Well. Are they the surprise so far of our little small 2-round sample? But let's be honest, right? They went to the Gabba, one of the toughest.
That was a big win.
That was
I
a
don't
very
think they've
big
beaten
win,
a
10 points.
top 5 side
Yeah.
in a long time.
Absolutely. Bontempelli, he's in ominous form.
Yeah, it's still his midfield. But when
Yeah,
he's gone,
yeah.
I think Ed
Ed
Richards is
Richards,
going to say that's
Liberatore.
mine. Yeah, but who's going to be the liver? You know, the Robin to Bond's
Yeah,
Batman.
yeah,
Who's going to
yeah,
go with Ed Richards? Because I think it'll
yeah,
be Ed Richards midfield.
yeah,
But you know, they've got Sanders and a few of
yeah,
those young guys that they'd be hoping to bring up.
yeah.
Still got some questions about their
Go for it.
defense,
Okay.
but they
We've got some
seem to
questions
have.
there.
Yeah,
I've got some a
you got
response
some
there. I've got
answers?
some answers.
Bring it.
Okay. So I think Beveridge was listening to us.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So you're right. Those our defense stocks aren't the best. So he's brought in a guy called Lockie Jacks, who is having you probably haven't heard of him. He is looking very good. So he's working in tandem with Dale in the back line.
Dale,
Yeah,
not as a key
Bailey
back.
Bailey Dale. No, in
Okay.
the back
Is
in the
James a
back
key
line.
back or is he a running back?
Running back.
Okay.
Running back
Mate, running
is
backs
the
is not their
surety for
problem.
us.
Guys who can spoil a
Yeah,
kick and deal with a ground ball
yeah,
and run backwards instead of
yeah,
forwards,
yeah.
that's kind of their
Well,
issue.
and obviously we talked about Lob, right? Last or 2 weeks ago. Well,
He definitely heard my
who
state
heard
of
you
origin
calling?
rocket.
Who heard you calling?
I don't think he was taking the state of origin seriously.
No,
It was a warm
no,
up.
no. He's having a very good start. So he's looking agile, tall. He's doing the right
Okay, well,
thing.
when he used to be a ruckman, tall's not a problem.
Yeah,
Agile's
yeah,
news.
yeah. Tim English as well. So he's actually he'd almost be ranked probably the best, bar Grundy, probably the best ruckman at the moment in our little small sample size of 2 rounds. But yeah, so they've got a lot going for them. Obviously, you got Darcy and Norton kicking 10 goals yesterday between them.
Mm.
That's a nice little feast, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you lose Jamara and you've still got those two.
Yeah, that's scary.
It's
It's not
ridiculous.
fair, is
It's
it?
not fair.
Not fair. No, not fair. Yeah, so exciting times for the Bulldogs. Top four at the moment.
Who have you got as your very, very early flag pick?
I'd say at the moment on form and on players and on a team, I'd have to say the Bulldogs
Righto.
at the moment.
Yeah, to me it's well, I don't know if they're ready, but Suns and Swans. The oh, I guess I'll go Suns. Just
Yeah,
I mean, Bailey
Swans.
Humphrey and Petrarca.
Yeah,
And Petrarca looked amazing in the midfield and he
mm,
looked amazing down forward. And I'm like, okay, so they've got
yeah,
that two bullocking, small forwards.
yeah,
What about the zippy one? Leo Lombard,
yeah,
some kid they grabbed out of
yeah,
their academy last year, who everyone was like, oh, it's not fair.
yeah.
Well, yeah, between him and Newland, wait for Dylan Patterson, he of the rugby sidestep, apparently.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, they're I just I just think the Gold Coast offcuts. Everyone's
oh,
going.
everyone's sort of hovering around the off
It'll
cuts.
be like the Southland food court at 5 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, where stuff's going cheap and you grab all these dumplings, like $5 or something.
Yeah, that's right. We'll certainly have our hand out.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
mean, not to. I mean, Ben King's no offcut, but
No,
the offers that will be thrown at him.
no.
Like if you could throw $2 million at a player for this year, I'm sorry, for next year, would you go King from Gold Coast, um, Bailey from Brisbane, or Butters?
I wouldn't go Bailey for 2 mil. I'd I'd I haven't seen Butters yet, so who knows? King,
He feels like the sort of guy who's going to kick 70 goals every season. I mean, I'd like to see it again, but
yeah.
would I pay 2 million
Would you
on
pay
that
2 mil for
gamble?
that?
What club?
Yeah,
Him and Gaddy?
yeah.
Oh, God, probably. Well, we've been saving up money.
Yeah.
We're
Is that a good thing?
oh no, I think it means we're in the position to do St Kilda,
Mm,
but
mm.
hopefully not do the mid-range players,
Yeah, yeah.
but get the cream. Problem is the cream doesn't want to come to our clubs. It's there's a few in what do they call it? Inequality issues with the AFL at the moment.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got to the point now where I think coaches' careers are going to be based not on how you go against the top teams, but your coach is obviously okay, but all the Carltons, North Melbourne,
Essendon.
Essendon, St Kilda, Melbourne.
Mm,
Um, I think how we go against each other,
mm,
like if we lose to North or you lose to North or you lose to Richmond,
mm.
like Richmond are sort of still having a free swing because their their shoots haven't grown yet. Although Jesus, did you see Lawler again
Yeah, you're looking very.
on Thursday night? But yeah, I
They
don't
should have
forget.
won. They should
Like
have.
no
They
one's
should have
going to.
beaten the Blues. They really should have beaten.
Mate, I couldn't believe how hot a seat Vossi was on
Yeah,
after one game that no one tipped them to win against Sydney. The
yeah,
problem was they looked exactly the same.
yeah,
And that smart Carlton supporter
yeah,
that I was
yeah,
talking to,
yeah.
he said something I've heard before, which is the problem with their game plan is that it looks great while
Yeah,
they can keep it up, but as
yeah.
soon as they
You got
fall
no
off a little
plan
bit because
B.
they're exhausted,
Yeah.
no, you can just rip them apart.
Mm.
And they kicked one goal in that second half, and Voss looked like he'd won a premiership
So
after the
you
game.
said because they're exhausted. So is that a fitness?
I think it's the game plan. I think they're so on you and running and chasing and they work so hard for their goals in the first half that when they get to the second half, they're just out of petrol tickets. It could be straight
Fair.
out fitness because I mean that's one of the things that we've learned doing this podcast.
Mm,
It's not just all about the guys you've got on the park. It's
mm.
it's the conditioning, it's the
Yeah,
game plan, it's
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
But if it's game plan,
yeah.
and it keeps going the way. The thing is, they're completely rebuilding. Like I'm not expecting anything out of them.
But
So if you can start to see good games out of
I've
their young players,
I've seen Carlton do this though, right?
oh, I know.
I've seen them actually just scrounge a win like this, and
Yep.
then come next week, they start believing in themselves.
Yeah.
I like how much of this is fitness and how much of it is actually belief and confidence. Because what I saw in the last half of the Carlton match is, oh my, they're coming for us again. I've
Mm.
seen, I feel you can almost feel that pressure, and you can almost feel that sort of not negativity, but that you know just that mindset of second guessing yourself. And you could see even the back line there that they were so stagnant because they weren't going for their first option. They were going for, and by that time, Richmond had set up, and it was just inaccurate kicking. I mean, Lynch kicked 1 goal 7 or 2 goals
That saved
7.
them, didn't it?
That saved them.
Yeah, that's completely saved them.
Uh,
He had a lot of shots. I was surprised he wasn't trying something different, like running around it, because
mm,
his drop punt had just completely deserted him.
I don't know what
He's always been like that. He's one of those guys who
a
you can either
Mackay.
go, oh wow, that's amazing, or
Yeah,
wow, that's awful.
yeah.
Um, But I mean, they have that. They're an interesting case, Richmond, because last year they had the perfect mix of old guys and young guys,
Mm,
and all of those Broads and Taranto and Hopper really sort of
mm,
gave the kids someone to look up to
mm,
and dug hard. I thought Bolter and Broad were
mm,
great. Hopper and Taranto, when the Blues kicked the first, 3 or 4 goals of the game, they
mm,
were right there in the middle. They were getting ripped up. And when they weren't getting shown up for pace, they were getting shown up for class. They
mm,
were handing the ball straight to Carlton players. And I really felt it was once they got the youngsters in there
mm.
that Richmond, started to calm things down a little. That Grill, who they picked up
Yeah,
really early,
yeah,
that was a bit of a surprise
yeah,
because
yeah,
that left Roby to us and
yeah.
Taylor to you.
Mm,
But gee, he looked good. I'd heard he was
mm,
fast, but I hadn't
mm.
heard that he was so creative.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've still got a little while to go, but they've got the complete pass because they just did a complete
Overhaul.
restart.
Yeah.
Whereas I
Are
think
you
with Carlton,
are you
the
worried
the
about?
fan base eat their own. Like if you're not winning, I'm hearing smart people say, "All right, they lost their first Carlton, but they've got 3 easy
Yeah.
matches." There's no easy matches for anyone round our
No,
level.
no, no.
Oh, and then they've got to go 3-1, otherwise, the
Yeah.
coach, dude, they win by a kick, they lose by a kick, they're
Mm,
still in the
mm,
same position.
yeah.
I don't understand this results-based rebuilding. Like Carlton have just handed away a Coleman medalist, a reasonable centre half back in Silvani, and a Ruckman, who's perfect for the new rules, and they've got stuck with a dinosaur, and Pittonet, who kicked 3 goals. But I mean, you don't want to rely on that every week. And everyone's like, "Oh, why aren't they better? Why aren't they better? Because they're average to start with, and then they got rid of some really good players."
Yeah. Yeah,
And
it's going to be interesting to see. Just going back on Richmond as well. I
yeah,
mean, yes, they've gone through a complete rebuild, but what about their forward line? I mean, you've got Lynch, right? As you
yes.
said, right? He's kicking 2-7. Who else have you got around you?
Okay, so they went heavy on tools in that one. They got a guy called Fall who played.
Yes.
He didn't look great, to be honest. But these key forwards, these 195 plus guys, they do take a while. I've got another guy called Sims, and then they went. It was like a. They took 3 pings on first round forwards, but I don't think that was. Everyone raves about that draft. But I think that was more of a midfielders draft. I don't remember a lot of people talking about, oh, this key forward's going to be like
Yeah.
a star. So
Yeah.
Richmond went interesting. Lawler, clearly, no one's going to question the pickup. Smiley's a big bodied midfielder who's hardly got on the park and seems injury prone. Trent Houghton, I sort of see, is it Trent Houghton? Or was that an old Collingwood? What's his name? He looks like a Aladdin villain. He really does. He's got the beard and everything. But he looks like he could be good, but maybe they didn't go heavy enough on the midfielders, and that's why. Because one of the great things they did, and I've talked about it, they traded pick 27
Yeah.
to North Melbourne for
Yeah.
their first round
Yeah.
pick,
Yeah.
and that gave them pick 2 and 3 in last year's draft, which ended up being 7 and 8 or something. But they went Cummins and Grill, and that's pure midfield grunt for Cummins and speed for Grill. So they may have been the things that they got out of that once in a lifetime draft and went. Actually, I wish we had have kind of picked up a zippy midfielder or a Heaney type, which is apparently Cummings. But we thought he was going to land with us because we didn't know they'd take Grill. But yeah, it looks like a good pickup at this point. No, I don't mind where they're going, and the tools in particular will take some time. But I mean, they could do with picking up like a Lynch like they did when they were ready to go.
Yeah.
But they won't be ready to go for a year or two.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it is very interesting. Speaking of forwards as well, Oscar Allen as well. Is some question marks around? Well, obviously he hasn't had a great start. 2 goals, and very little possessions, very little impact in both games.
It's funny, for years now, we've been talking about how you've got to keep up with Brisbane because every year they had another Ashcroft or, you know, and last year everybody assumed that they were going to get better because they picked up Oscar Allen and our ruckman, Sam Draper.
Yeah,
Interesting
Draper's
note.
injured.
No, he played last night. Is he injured again?
I thought he was injured.
No, it was weird seeing him run around in Brisbane. He missed a kick goal, which wasn't unheard of. But he, everybody assumed that they would get better.
Yeah,
From what I've seen from Oscar Allen, the question of whether or not you get the great player who kicked 50 goals and looked good before as the captain of the club, he went through the Zach Merritt thing.
yeah.
15 weeks before Zach Merritt. He got busted having a coffee with Mitchell in some cafe and after that never played the same. And they were playing him at full back. I don't know if they were punishing him, but I remember thinking, how's he going to fit in? Because you already had Logan Morris. You've got Hipwood trying to come back from injury.
Yes.
That kid Gallup looked pretty good in the grand final and leading into it.
Yeah.
And I think there's a few clubs who are like, we haven't quite decided on our 2 key forwards, so we'll play 3 and see who we can get. You know, Gold Coast are in that category as well.
Yeah.
God, Walter must be regretting hitting somewhat, getting rubbed out for a week in the community series. Like, you're up against Jamara and Reed, and you take a week off.
Yeah,
that's a career move. Sorry, I was second. At Brisbane. I don't know. Oscar Allen looked short and a bit out of shape to me. He looked like the bad version. And then I was very interested that Brisbane got Draper on the park last night, because Essendon medics and I don't know, we've had our question marks. They were always talking mid-year with him coming back from his Achilles, I think it was. So are they that good? Like, because they did with Danaher. We couldn't get Danaher on the
Well,
park, and
is it
then
going to be
Brisbane
another
did.
Danaher? Is it going to be another Danaher with
Well,
Australian?
if
And
he
maybe
is,
it's just
then
going to
they
take
get
him a
better.
while.
Yeah,
It's a watching sport.
yeah. You know,
Yeah.
how do you fit in? How
How
do
do
you
you
play
feel?
with each other?
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
you're a two-time premiership
Yeah.
team. You're
Yeah.
probably used to, he's probably been doing things differently.
Yeah.
But at this point, with Gold Coast adding Petrarca, Lombard didn't play last year, so I'm counting him, and then Euland. I mean,
Will Powell.
in the last 2 years, like with the Rioli and Nobles on top of
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
and then King and Humphrey and those guys
Yeah.
taking that step.
Would you like fries with that?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I don't think Brisbane are getting so much better every year. I think Gold Coast have overtaken them in that. And for me, it'll be a question of, can they keep it up the whole year and how do they go in the finals? But in terms of sheer talent, I think Gold Coast might have overtaken Brisbane.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a watch and see on that one. Yeah. I've got to call out home ground advantage. I've
You talking about the
noticed.
umpiring?
No. Maybe not. I'm umpiring. I'm talking about songs, right? I know. I'm talking about Joe Danaher when he kicked a goal,
Yeah.
right?
Wasn't he the Frozen song?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
the Frozen. Charlie Cameron,
My favorite, my
Sweet
favorite.
Home Alabama. Was it?
No,
He-
no. He's
was it?
Country Road.
Country Road. Yes,
Everyone's jumping on Country
yeah,
Road.
everyone loves it,
Yeah.
right? And
But the
now,
other teams are doing
exactly. Shannon Neal. Just yesterday, I heard Tequila. That's his song.
that's disgraceful.
Yeah.
Did he
So
dance?
I didn't dance.
Yeah.
Didn't dance, but what it
Yeah.
does.
My favorite was from Brisbane.
Yeah.
Who was the Big O?
Oh yeah,
The ruckman?
Oscar. Oscar Mackinac.
Am I not pretty enough? Oh, I loved that.
I know we talk about these, but these things do re-energize clubs. And you're not dragging a player off if you've got a theme song.
Yep.
Right? Whether it be Frozen or Country Road. You know,
Anytime you want
Charlie
to get
Cameron.
back to the footy, mate.
You
Yeah,
do
no,
all of that.
that's I get it. I mean, while we're talking crowd involvement, we've gone from. I am sure that the only reason they're calling it the lasso is so that we can do this, right? Because as soon as they go, oh, that's a lasso free kick, I was like, what are you calling that a lasso? Like, how's that? And then the happy cowboy comes in, and you've gone from a whole crowd going, and making this gesture and going, and now they're all. It's completely changed the whole mood of the game, and nobody understands the rule anyway.
No.
Oh, did it come off his foot?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
okay, it's got a free kick, man. Because it's between the arcs, and everyone's going, "This is."
Nice, boy. And to be honest, all those new rules positive.
Yeah.
What I'm seeing. Very very happy with what I'm seeing. Quick
Do you
start the
think
game.
that all of this high scoring is because of that stuff, or does this happen every year when teams are at their best and it's dry weather footy and all that stuff? Like, are we expecting this to go the whole year? That teams are like just going past 100, if you can't make 100, you're
in
not winning your
trouble?
game?
Yeah. Look, I think it's both. I'm backing both horses on that. I think
Back both horses.
a dead heat. So you've got obviously, the ruck contest where there seems to be a lot more pace that's coming out and less, ruck stoppages that are occurring in the middle. And you've got hit outs, tap outs as going to the midfields and they're kicking goals.
So I love the stand one because the guy who's on the mark,
Yeah.
who's looking at the umpire
Yeah.
like he's moved.
Yeah.
Can I please move now?
Yeah.
There's some of these 50s from the stand,
Oh,
like
shocking.
I'm not understanding at
Shocking.
all.
Yeah,
Like you're on the
yeah.
wrong angle,
Yeah.
or you didn't stop,
Yeah.
or you stopped but you didn't. I don't get it.
No.
I'm not even
No.
clear enough on
No.
what's going on to yell
Exactly.
to get angry about it.
If your team has taken a mark and your player has come inside within 5 meters or whatever,
Then they have to stand exactly where they were.
yeah.
But if that's
it's
not-
it's the other player though. They can get pinged as well. If he's within 10 meters,
And I mean, players are smart. They're walking close up to the guy, knowing that he can't move,
Yeah.
and then just dishing it
Dishing
to a
off.
guy who's
Exactly.
running, like literally straight past him. So my dog gives me this look at just on 5 o'clock, like, please, can you feed me now? That's what I see from the man on the mark. Who's like, can I go now, please? It's it's
Yeah,
it's something new to get used to.
I think they've got to refine that.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
What, let the guy move?
Well, well,
Wave a
no, no,
hand?
not wave a hand and move like a statue, but it's more also the other player that actually comes into the
Oh,
zone. You know, and
you want the zone free.
I want the zone free.
You want the 5 meter handball out to the side.
Yeah,
Not
well,
that, here you go, run past that guy who can't move still.
exactly. You can't move. And the other player can't be sort of in in within 5 meters. It's like, it's just too easy.
I know what they were trying to do, but it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
It's weird to be at the footy and not know really
Mm, yeah.
what you're even allowed to get angry at.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, this has been fun.
Wrapping it up,
I think so.
you got to get to the Melbourne Saints game.
Melbourne Saints match.
That'll be a
Absolute
cracker.
cracker.
Did you tip you
I did. I did. Now, whether I tip me because I'm wearing the
with the heart?
with the heart, but as I said, I loved our preseason form. I'm excited to see what Jacob Van Rooyen, if he can continue on his great form. Windsor, I'm excited to see that. I'm a bit worried about our back line, in that
Don't
it
trust
is
Lever
pretty
and
short.
Turner.
It's pretty short. We've got a lot of
Turner's not
tall,
short, but he could do with some meat.
yeah, Salem.
Oh no, don't you?
Salem on Philippou.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Okay. Firstly, don't worry about Philippa. I don't mean to be rude, but their forward line is a disaster, right? They're paying $1 million a year to King, and I can't remember the last time I saw him play. And that leaves you with Charman. God, what's his name? Sharman,
Yeah,
and
Higgins. Got Higgins.
okay, Higgins is a small forward, and
Yeah,
Owens.
and
Mate,
Owens.
Sharman and Owens
Yeah,
aren't making anyone
yeah,
terrified.
yeah,
I think, well, we'll see, but I think Lever and Turner will handle them.
yeah,
I'll be interested to see Lever as the
yeah,
leader of your backline.
yeah.
I mean, how many of your guys are going to be so happy not to have Stephen May like yelling stuff at them and you get over the. I mean, you'll probably miss his experience
Yeah,
and being in the right place, but
yeah.
I'll be interested to see how Lever goes with that.
Well, I wonder if T Mac Tom McDonald's can be emergency as well,
All right.
because I think I think he's
Excellent.
I think he's been placed as an emergency.
Well, we
One,
nearly got through a podcast without you mentioning T-Mac. When it's an emergency, you have to mention him?
he'll be back.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll be back.
He's the Terminator.
Perfect.
All right. Thanks, Patty.
Yeah, thanks.
Pleasure as always.
Absolutely.
Have a good week, everyone.
Bye bye.